Anthony, is Swift gone next year if he doesn't do well this year?
Yes, I think he is. You know, you'll be 3 years in by this point. If you can't stay healthy, then, or if you just can't perform, then I think you have to move on because you look at the state of the offense. The offensive line is set for many a year to come. Our wide receiver core looks in a very good place. Obviously, we're going to have a healthy JMO by then. You know, hopefully Hawk has had his year and he's got paid. You need a running back to help your offense tick along. And if he can't be that guy, then we've got to go into the draft. You know, it's got to be unpopular, but go high on one and finish off your offense and get it ready to go. I'm tired of looking after players who are injured all the time and inconsistent. We've had too many of them. I'm becoming very cutthroat with it now. If he has a bad year, bye bye.
Right back to you, Anthony, with the question here. What are your thoughts on Jared Goff, and what does he have to do to not have to look over his shoulder for his job next year?
He has to win us games with this offense. He's been given a second year. I think we always knew he was going to be given his second year. He struggled last year, but you saw the confidence return. And I was watching the Arizona game again today, and just the guy looked so confident under pressure, stepped up in the pocket, made some good passes. You saw just how good he can be. And now we've doubled down. We've given him the weapons. His offensive line is back and fully healthy. He's got a decent backfield to work with. If he can go out, win us games, and make this offense potent, then yes, I think that you look a little further into the future with him. You maybe look at that deal a little bit, try and make it a bit more team friendly, and hell, you maybe still go after a quarterback in the draft as a long-term succession plan. But you know, if we win games and get to within reach of the playoffs and the offense does well, then he stays. And to be quite frank, I really want him to do well. I'm rooting for him so hard. I hope he does. I hope he does well and he does stay here longer because it helps his team.
Goff has to hang on to the ball under pressure. Can't afford fumbles. Yeah, Rumble, we can't afford fumbles. We can't do that, man. That'd be Lions fumbles 81, and we don't want that, man.
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
John Campler, I'll throw this to Lions Rumble. How much can we improve by cutting our third and fourth strings and picking up other teams' third and fourths, and then being second and third strings on the Lions, cough, cough, quarterback and linebacker? So I think about, you know, when they start cutting players, if they cut quarterbacks or linebackers, how much can we improve the team, Rumble?
Oh, man. Yeah, we don't need three quarterbacks. I think we talked about this earlier, so I think right there in itself, you can kind of make a spot for either a linebacker or another safety potentially. But yeah, I think this roster buildup that they have now, we can clearly tell it's all about competition. Again, a lot of these guys have, you know, these 1-year prove-it deals. So I don't think there's anybody safe at this point as far as, you know, those guys that we brought in. If they don't produce in preseason or if they don't look good in training camp, I think those guys will get cut. I don't think this regime has time to be patient with some of those guys that they brought in. Now, maybe more so some of the guys that they drafted, absolutely. But yeah, the guys that we brought in these prove-it deals, there's no time for them. It's either now or never.
Nicholas Duncan, #FCB. Who would you rather draft, Grayson McCall or Levi, or wait for the quarterback in 2 years? I've not looked at all the prospects yet. I looked at a couple quarterbacks, but I am looking to get better every year. If there is a quarterback that the Lions could get next year, and we don't do that great, you know, whether it be Bryce Young or it be Levis or C.J. Stroud or Terrace McGriff, I'm looking to get better at any position. Even if we do great, I'm looking to get a backup quarterback. Why? I don't want to see the Boyles no more. I don't want to see that. So I'm looking at every position that way. #GoLines says, Jameson Williams' take from Amon-Ra's fantasy value when he plays. Does that mean Amon-Ra is not a wide receiver? Luke G. from Field Review.
No, the ball got to get to him. And I think all the passes are still going to go inside. Now, do I think they're going to be bringing along Jamison a little slow and moving him on the inside? Absolutely. But the thing that you're going to see that will take it away is if you are giving him the ball on the inside and he's able to get that yak, then yeah, that could take away from his fantasy. But overall, I don't see it happening. I think they want him to use a little bit of the inside skill play and to go deep when they need him to go deep on plays to lift the defense back so they can't hit those underneath guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Do you think Lamar Jackson, if he goes to free agency next year, should we get Lamar Jackson, or you think we should get? I would, if he makes it to free agency, I would look at it for sure. There's no doubt about it. It depends on all the situation too, where we are in the draft. I don't know what our record's going to be, but yeah, I would look at it. I know other people may disagree, but I would like to upgrade this position. If we're not that good next year or this year, and we go like 6 wins or something, I'm looking to get something to spark, man, because I think I'll lose it. So I would not mind that. There's Raw Detroit, all these quarterbacks that are coming out. Like I said, he does a lot of prospects, and that's what he does, man. He's into it. He's absolutely TA, man. He kills it.
Tell TA to take that damn Adrian Martinez off of there. Don't we want no parts of that guy.
He's missed the best quarterback off that list.
Hashtag FGP. Panel, if you had to defend Pat Matricia in a court for what he criminally did this roster, what would the defense be?
Oh, I got mine. Ooh,
okay, go ahead, because I have
to be insanity.
Insanity. Insanity.
He
didn't know what he's doing.
Insanity. It had to be insanity, or it had to be that he was high. He was high or drunk. Either way it go, they're all negative. If I'm defending him, I'm going, Your Honor, he was sleepwalking. That's what I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna come up with the most outlandish defense that they've ever heard. I mean, it may be a combination. Listen, he was sleepwalking, lost his mind, got drunk and high, and did not know what he did. So please forgive him. It has to be.
Oh
man,
strung out,
off his meds.
Yeah, he hit his head and he doesn't know.
I'd get a child. I'd do like a liar thing where I have to get a child to tell me that I can't lie for 24 hours before I go into court, and I just expose him as the fraud here. I'd be like, I ain't telling no lies for him. I'm just saying it exactly how it is.
Oh, man. I feel like I'm sorry, I can't defend this guy. I'm gonna have to give up my ability to defend him. Why do you value the backup quarterbacks so much? I value the best 53, 55-man roster. And if you are not the best that we could have, there's a problem, because a GM's job is to get the best talent on this team. We have 2 backups right now who are 0-8 as starters. If Jared Goff goes down, how many wins do the Lions get? 0. That's why I want to have a chance to win. At least other teams to say there's a possibility. Maybe it's going to be like 30% or 20%. If Tim Boyle's in there, yeah, let's go ahead and give it about a 0.0001% chance. I don't like that. I want to win, man. And injuries happen. They do. So that's why I do it. I hate losing. I hate it.
Sheesh.
It's absolutely awful. So, I mean, I don't know what. I asked Luke on this, am I so wrong to value having the best players after Jared Goff? I don't think it's Tim Boyle or David Blau.
No, you're not wrong at all, because at the end of the day, you just have to understand that there's an expectation that you set. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with you wanting the best. Hell, that's what the NFL draft is about, trying to get the best player in that draft out. You know, this is why you set standards and expectations for these people. So, yeah, I don't think you're wrong at all.
I seen a question there that says name 5. Oh, I got Colt McCoy. I could tell you he won them some games. Jacoby Brissett's looking pretty good for the Cleveland Browns right now, given the fact that Watson probably is not going to be there. Nick Foles did pretty good as a backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, winning a Super Bowl. You know, Ryan Tannehill did pretty good when Mariota went down for the Tennessee Titans. So, I mean, you can find guys, Ryan Fitzpatrick, now he's still not available.
Minshew.
Yeah, Minshew. Minshew.
Jameis
100%.
Winston.
I can keep going.
So, yeah, there is a value to it. If there's no value, then why would you have even quarterbacks besides the starter on the roster? I'm gonna just go ahead and make Jack Fox quarterback. If Jared Goff goes down, I'm not even gonna.
Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They was down to a guy named Dustin Duck. I still don't know who the hell that is, and they still performed. So you have to find talent in the unlikeliest places, and they are out there. But I wish we as a fan base stopped doing this one for one thing. Like, oh, if this guy went undrafted, he sucks. Or if this guy went first, he's better than the guy who went in the fifth. Like, we have to stop doing that. Everybody gets the same opportunity to step on that field, and when they get it, they have to own it and take it and run with it. This is why Jalen Reeves-Maybin is not here. He was a player that you could upgrade from. It was not a loss, and they easily replaced him, and it's not hard to do. So we just got to stop acting as if though everything needs to be 1-1. But sometimes it could just be, look, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up until whatever you get. But there are teams out here who have done a good job of having depth at all their positions, and that's why they're succeeding.
Bob Quinn trading for Watson, and if he's out 8 weeks, then why did he trade Baker? Baker wasn't going to play for them after that. That's why they traded him. He was done. He was not coming back. He made that very relevant. When you have a quarterback saying, I'm not playing for you, that you don't want that on your roster. It's over with.
They just bought in Josh Rosen, didn't they? So
yeah, they just signed him.
Get
Yeah,
Josh Rosen going.
Yep. Behind Brissett, go ahead.
Was he here #1 overall pick not too many years ago?
Yeah.
with Arizona. Oh,
what?
That's what the Browns deserve. The Browns deserve to spend $230 million on Watson and start the season with Josh Rosen. That is what they deserve.
That's
incredible.
Yeah. What wide receiver has the most yards and touchdown this year? I'm going to see the most yards is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdowns, I'll still go with it's him or DJ Chark. I think it's going to be the combination there. What do you got, Rumble?
Oh, man, wide receiver. Oof. I'm kind of leaning towards you there. And then
you think Mike will have the most yards and touchdowns? That's impressive.
I hope so, man. I'm playing Madden. I will.
He's taking over for.
I'm gonna give me a 99 overall.
He's taking over for Benson. I said it. You heard it here. But no, Amon-Ra is going to be. I think more teams are going to be looking at him this year. So again, with Ben Johnson, he's going to have to be creative. I think we're going to see 5 wide. I think he's going to spread the ball out. So I'm going to go. I'm on with more yards, and then touchdown-wise, geez, man, I'll go Reynolds, or out of the backfield. I'll go Cephas. I'll surprise you guys. I'll go Cephas with more touchdowns.
Anthony, I like that reaction. What do you got, man?
I think this is DJ Chark season, because when you get to the point where we're fully healthy, you've got J-Mo in the team, so that's double coverage to try and keep up with him. When you've got TJ Hawkinson and Amon-Ra lining up in the center of the field, that is your linebackers and your safeties occupied. Who the hell's going to mark DJ Chark? You know, no one's watching him. They're watching our speed threat, and they're watching the guy who ripped it up for us in the second half of last season. No one's watching Chark. So I think that he's going to get some good yardage because of this. I think, because of the other guys, the productivity is going to be there. So yeah, I hope he has a really good year, because if he can, and we bring him back with J-Mo, with Amon-Ra next year, our wide receiver core is going to be deadly.
Perfect.